Tiene una exclamación el cordón. Bueno, hola, muy buenas, ¿qué tal? Por cierto, aquí está. Ah, vale. Aquí estamos en Sherlock Holmes, un capítulo más, un día más. Y... va. Tiene una exclamación aquí esto. Hay más casos. Buenas.
I'm watching you closely, Mr.
Adiós. No parece que... ¿Por qué tiene una exclamación? Puerta principal de la mansión.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Esteve, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
You have my attention, Mr. Esteve.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There is a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
Caso nuevo. Pero es que me han dejado un paquete. La voz. ¿Qué? ¡Hostia! Pedazo de paquete, ¿eh? ¡Hostia! Escucha. ¡Ah! Oh. LOL.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar. Did you just remember something? Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental. Because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Vale, espérate, que aquí se va... Vale, espérate. Un momentito, que aquí parece que se va a liar. Así que vamos a esto. En la torre del Old City Bridge. Old City Bridge, en escaladio. Escaladio. La torre Old City Bridge. Vale, espérate, vamos un momento aquí. Por ahí más o menos. Tengo que encontrar... una cafetería Primrose o... Vale, perfecto. Sí, perfecto. Porque era esto, ¿no? Patio de la cafetería. Patio.
Here, grab a seat. You even brought a book, huh?
May I have... Same as always.
You just don't give up, do you?
Oh, come on, let's get closer. I can't see anything from here.
No, too early.
So we're just going to sit here all day?
Patience, John. I have a feeling this is more than simple blackmail. We'll be close when the blackmailer leaves, and then...
Go!
Lo ha tirado, me lo estoy imaginando, ¿eh? O sea, no que lo iba a tirar, pero sí que digo, hostia, se va a reunir con el chantajista, ojo, cuidado, ¿eh? Que ahí esas mierdas se ponen tensas.
Oh, not a pretty sight, this. Head trauma, fatal. Gravity is cruel like that.
What's happened? Who is it?
A rather frivolous accessory for a military man. Shame it's all bloody now.
Puñaladas.
He was stabbed several times before he fell. The shape of the wounds suggest a curved blade.
¿La llave?
A key, and where there's a key, there's a lock.
Número 4. Falta el
The
cuchillo.
knife is missing.
Pero esto no es una hoja curva. A ver, espérate.
It's almost like he's dancing.
Dancing the dance macabre.
No signs of life, no pulse. I'm declaring Corporal Ridley dead.
Vale, espérate, porque aquí espérate.
Who's it?
El número 4.
What's happened? Who is it?
Puedo subir, espérate.
Please move along. The police are on their way. Everything's under control.
Is it now? The General's own son has fallen out of the tower, and not without help, it seems. I need to inspect the scene, and quickly.
The corporal? He ordered me not to let anyone inside without telling him. But now... Wait, are you saying it's a murder? Hardly proves
No.
anything.
A brief examination of the body was enough for me to conclude that he was murdered by a blade of Ottoman origin.
You can't possibly be so certain.
Oh, I can be. The corporal suffered deep stab wounds which were inflicted with great force. They were made by a knife meant for cutting, not stabbing. A curved blade, such as an Ottoman jambir or a Gurkha kukri. I haven't seen any Gurkhas on the island, so the conclusion is quite obvious.
Amazing. You do seem more than competent. All right, go in. I'll wait here for the police.
Ojo los kukris, menuda arma los kukris, ojo.
Did you see anything suspicious?
No, sir, nothing. Corporal Ridley had to attend to some private matters upstairs. No one went in, no one came out. Oh, but that means the killer is still inside. Are you sure you want to go in alone?
I'm not alone. I have my friend with me.
Your friend? You mean your gun? There's no one at...
Never mind, I'll be fine.
The killer's gone. Vanished into thin air.
This blade is a naval officer's dirk. Sharp and well cared for.
Este sería el arma de,
The
del
edge is
otro.
covered with blood, but the tip is clean. Can you smell the body odor, John? Someone's been hiding in here. Someone sweaty.
Unless it's a laundry chest. But then it's a different mystery altogether. The case of the vanishing sweaty pantaloons.
This cigarette is still smouldering.
Gonna join the Navy after all. That'd make Mycroft so happy, you know.
Shut up, John.
Ojo el disfraz. Vale, a ver. Número 4. Ay, aquí. Solo el último escarceo.
Exactly 100 mangears. The killer didn't touch them.
A ver. No, yo creo que fue... Así, él ya iba preparado. Con una curva, efectivamente, una hoja curva. Le llegó a cortar. Vale, vamos a dejar eso ahí. Y aquí... A ver, sí que la apuñaló. O sea, voy a probar así.
Ridley was attacked by his blackmailer, but before being pushed out the window, Ridley managed to wound him. The killer must still be bleeding.
Bajó por aquí, sí.
Come on, let's take the rope down.
I'd rather take the stairs.
Ah, what a bore.
Yo quiero ir por la cuerda también. Vale. vale, está bien.
So what happened? Was there anyone upstairs?
No, the killer escaped. We're dealing with a carefully planned assassination. Do you know if the corporal had any enemies? Someone who would want him dead?
No, none that I know of. But then again, there's always the Ottomans. They'd want all of us soldiers dead, I reckon.
What can you tell me about the deceased?
We were from the same unit, stationed together at the barracks by the bridge, but I can't say I knew him well. Maybe someone at the barracks could tell you more.
O sea, que no tienes ni puta idea de si tenía algún enemigo. No me has dicho sí, sí. O sea, no tenía nada. O sea, es un poco... A ver, la cuerda, ¿dónde coño ha ido? Vale, la cuerda.
That was a rough landing.
Llega ahí y tal, cae.
Wow. Amazing, right?
Disturbing is more like it.
¿Por qué están llorando? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Cómo que... Espera, ¿caso nuevo?
Aha, a curved knife covered in fresh blood. There we go.
Tiene un escorpión, lo estaba viendo. Ah, águila.
This eagle is purely
Puede ser.
ornamental.
Careful, Sherry. Locals aren't too happy with what you're doing.
I'd better leave the knife here.
Don't.
Now is
No.
a bad time to ruffle any feathers.
Pero qué... Poste de los cuchillos. En el mercado de la Old City.
Leave it.
Vale. Tranquilicémonos. Una foto.
That's sacred. Stop that. Don't touch those.
Que no... Hostia, de verdad, ¿eh? Nos calmamos. Está relacionado en la casa requisada cercana al Old City Bridge. Casa requisada. Old City Bridge.
Go away.
Pero y ya no hay más sangre.
Who do you think you are? Leave it. Don't touch.
The barracks are off limit to civilians.
Pongo de la marina. Buenas.
You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you? Oh well.
Barracones de la Old City.
Help me, please.
Ah, I know this, yeah, let me help you.
Emblema del águila. Vale, espérate. Puesto de los cuchillos.
Excuse me, just one question.
I don't know, but I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform.
May I ask you something?
I don't know, but I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't know.
Joder.
I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform.
Aquí 90, ¿eh?
He's on arm and hands. I just know it.
¿Qué planean los soldados de la marina? Obediencia. Vengarse. Vengarse, desobediencia.
Ridley's blood.
Vengarse sí, desobediencia también. Flota británica no, asesinato al cabo no. El general hablará. Vengarse, desobediencia, el general hablará.
Ridley's blood.
Is this familiar to you?
I'd help you if I could, but I know nothing.
Estos no tienen ni puta idea del...
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't know.
Vale, no. Pues voy a poner... Espérate. El emblema de la Casa del Águila. No era lo necesario para evitar cualquier conflicto con los otomanos. Con esta familia en particular. No parecen muy contentos con ella.
I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform.
Do you know anything about this?
Ah, I know this, yeah. Let me help you.
La elegida.
May I ask you something?
I don't know, but I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform.
Ah, no, espérate. Lo del águila era en dos sitios, ¿verdad? No.
Relieve me from duty, are you?
Estos dos. Espérate, estos dos.
That pillar is a damn eyesore. No,
Poste. ¿Qué de los barracones? Tiempos de... Ah, bueno, amigos, pero no. Cerca de los barracones los otomanos nos provocan. Los romanos, what the fuck.
that pillar is a damn... That pillar is a damn ice.
No, cerca... Mierda. Da la orden y listo. Voy a probar con da la orden y listo.
That pillar is a damn...
Mercado de la Old City.
May I ask you something?
I'll tell you what I know.
Ah, emblema del águila. Hostia, espera, que he conseguido más información del emblema del águila, chaval. Vale, hay que escuchar las dos versiones, claro. Los otomanos dicen que es el emblema de la familia de Hassan, la familia más importante de la Old City. Su residencia se alza... Vale, espérate. Puesto de los cuchillos.
Are you able to help me?
I will be glad to help, but I can't.
Help me, please.
Este va a estar
I hate
cabreado.
to disappoint
Ah,
you,
no.
but I don't know the answer.
This isn't working. You might need...
Espera, ya no me dice. El mercado de la Old City, ¿es donde estoy?
Another night.
Ah, puede que oiga que oiga algo es... Vale. Vieja costumbre, venganza sangrienta. Vale, vieja costumbre, venganza sangrienta.
Another knife in the...
Otra deuda pagada con sangre. Problemas crueles y adicciones aún persisten en el mundo moderno. La venganza de sangre es una de las más... Y su sangre... Celebra una venganza satisfactoria. Actuario del odio y el dolor. La peor parte es que la gente no puede deshacer las terribles consecuencias de esta tradición y se ven obligados a vivir con ellas. Joder. Perfecto. Bueno, perfecto y no, o sea, quiero decir. ¿Me entendéis? Perfecto, que lo he conseguido. A ver, emblema del águila. Familia así. Zona oeste del mercado de la Old City. Vale. Vale. Vaya. ¿Qué será esto, verdad?
Who's there?
¿Cómo que quién va? Espérate, escúchame. Tenemos que volver aquí.
You aren't here to relieve...
He mirado, bueno, una pequeña guía, ¿vale? Vale, yo por esta puerta había dado que estaba por hecho que estaba cerrada. Vale, efectivamente la número 4 se me abrirá con la llave.
Room after my own heart.
A little austere for my taste.
Arañazos.
There are scratches on the floor. The locker was moved.
Llevo soñando con el tiempo... En mi casa al amanecer. Usa la entrada no está marcada con un águila. Los sirvientes esperarán a una mujer otomana que lleve el pañuelo que te di.
That's quite a hefty sum. Enough to start a new life. 2 tickets to London. Would have been a very different ending for the corporal's story.
Carta del general Hijos.
Being the son of a general must be difficult. Rise all the way to the top. Make me proud, son.
Vale. No, quieto. Que tengo esto aquí. Me viene ya de puta madre. Necesito. Es verdad, perdón, fuera. Una mujer otomana que lleve el pañuelo que te di. Entonces, atuendo de otomana. Pañuelo de seda. Fe de mujer. No sé yo muy bien. Y por la otra puerta era, ¿verdad? No sé yo muy bien cómo va a ir esto, pero vale.
You are expected. Quickly, come in. My love, oh, I'm so... Who are you? Where's Mark? Answer me or I'll call for help.
You will do no such thing, Jalen. We both know it.
How do you know my name? And why are you wearing this scarf? What has happened?
A flood of questions, but I only have one answer. Mark Ridley is dead.
No, this cannot be. You're lying. Tell me you're lying.
Keep your voice down, miss. I don't have time for a lady's hysterics. Mark has been murdered, and I believe that the murderer is part of this house.
No, it was a secret. We were meeting. How could anyone find out?
The truth always comes out one way or another, but enough of this. Tell me, have you seen anything suspicious here?
No, I heard the servants talking about blood near the main entrance, but I didn't think... This is too much for me. I can't.
Why did you have to be so mean to her?
I wasn't mean. Now is not the time for pity.
Is that you or your reptilian brain?
A ver. Junto a la puerta principal. O sea, sí, esta. Efectivamente.
A bloody trail. Let's see where it leads. A pile of fresh clothes. How convenient.
Oh.
All soaked in blood. Well, a fresh shirt is as good a lead as any.
So, think you can identify the killer on the first try?
Do you doubt me?
Ah, no, espera, perdón. Hombre, el asesino todavía está sangrando. Vale, sí, ha cogido ropa limpia, pero... Espérate, esperarse. Y hay que hablar.
Leave me be.
The killer is wearing a fresh shirt, remember? This chap looks like he's been rolling around in mud.
Ciego, amistoso, botones... Noble turco, herido. El culpable está en la casa del águila. Juzgar por la ornamentada vaina del cuchillo. Remordimientos. Oh.
What are you staring at, you crazy woman? Huh? Did you want something?
Es que me dijeron que no fuera yo. Que, o sea, que no le detuviera yo. Que... ¿No están todas las pistas? Pistas clave sí, pero... Bueno. Ah, no puedo estando aquí. Ahora sí.
Mr. Holmes, I trust your mission was successful?
Successful is hardly the word I would use. Mark Ridley is dead.
What? How? Explain.
Blackmail was a ruse to kill Ridley, but I managed to track down the culprit. He comes from a very influential Ottoman family. All things considered, I chose not to turn him into the police.
I see. Your prudence is commendable, Mr. Holmes.
What will happen now?
I cannot tell. I'm just a piece on the board, same as you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to report to your brother immediately.
Honestly can't believe you let the killer go. I thought it was a joke till the very end.
Hombre. Libre, libre. Me dijo que se encargaban ellos. ¿No? Vamos, contaba con eso yo, ¿eh? ¿Sabes? A ver.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall. It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible, it must have been something else.
Claro, lo de fuera.
Of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us. The workers took the artifact and placed it into the cabinet of curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
Ahí está. Esta puerta.
Ah yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator and this was her cabinet of curiosities.
I never saw the point. What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
Mother said this was among the hunting trophies of a Scottish Viscount.
So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true.
The full plate armour of Sir Robert Swanford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armour is armour, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
Un diploma roto. Otto Richter. El título de doctor.
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that. The Tulpa. Studies in Tibetan Mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
Mucho interés y un sujeto de pruebas ideal. ¡Hostia! Una traumática situación que precipitó su enfermedad mental. Intentaré sumergirla repetidamente. En la traumática... ¡Hostia!
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets. The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
Ojo, ¿por qué está eso roto?
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best.
Pero es putamente
I'd be upset if he
enorme.
fell into the wrong hands.
Escucha, pero... Ojo,
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire. This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake. So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand. Carefully opened. Dated 24th of April, 1869.
hostia.
Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting. Officer Luciano J. Placido. This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Ah, Sherry.
I'm starting to remember something. Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons. One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable. I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Vale, espérate que ahora yo tengo que...
Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
He opened the door to the postman, and they exchanged documents. If it was a real postman, of course.
¿Por qué me vibra? ¿Por qué me mete estas mierdas?
The painting on the wall was slightly atilt. He stopped and straightened it. Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
¿Qué libro estaba leyendo?
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if... A bit of juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it? I think this is what we're looking for.
We made it. So what's there?
Alcohol, me imagino.
Gifted by Queen Victoria herself. Single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favorite.
Regalo.
Otto Richter. This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research. Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met.
Vale, pero ahora vamos con esto.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
Ah, y por eso está eso roto.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what, and we didn't have a great view from behind the statue. Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
¿Cómo? ¿Pero qué dices? Pero... Espérate. Vale. No. Estaban escondidos. Exactamente.
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them.
¿Qué ocurrió del incidente en la habitación? Otro ruido.
I heard a noise in the
Sí.
hall. Let's check it out.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace D. Oram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down.
Pero ¿dónde? Ah, vale, por aquí. ¿Qué pasa?
Sherry, look. We've got a parcel here. Hurry.
Estimado señor Holmes, espero en la mansión de Kurt Manchios en Turquoise Lane, frente a la abadía de Cordón, al norte del Gran Sarai. Venga inmediato, si no le viene bien, venga de todas formas. Su amigo... Vale, el señor de la Galería de Arte. He enviado el atuendo adecuado para la ocasión, para evitar cualquier complicación innecesaria. Espero que le valga.
An invitation that comes with a mask. We can't miss this, Sherry.
Quiero vestirme. ¿Pero qué cojones? Perfecto, pero esto va a ser en el próximo episodio, así que espero que os haya gustado. Muchas gracias por estar ahí un día más aguantándome y en el próximo continuaremos. Así que espera, voy a... Sí, así que nada, lo dicho. Gracias y hasta luego.